Jaime, during the last hearing that took place April 4th in Peru, the Peruvian Ministry of Culture and Security got involved. What happened?
Well, we believe they are desperate because, as you probably know, we started a lawsuit against the Ministry of Culture and the government of Peru for $300 million. And the reason is that they lied when they said that they had investigated the bodies and they found that they were hoaxes, they were assembled. We are going to prove that they never did any investigation. What they did was to analyze a different body from a different site with no carbon 14 analysis, with no DNA analysis, something completely different. If you compare both, there is no any coincidence. And they did that in 2017. After I presented the bodies at the Congress in Mexico, they used the same investigation to discredit that. And in January this year, they confiscated two bodies at the airport in Lima, and we knew that they were handcraft, they were artesanias, and the man who made them asked them to get them back because they were artesanias. And the Minister of Culture didn't want to do that. They made an investigation for 2 months to some artesanias, and at the end, they said that these bodies were the same as the ones that are in Ica at the university, and they are the same that I presented in Mexico, which is a lie. Then I had to make this lawsuit against them to force them to present. Since they don't have anything, they went to the press conference. They thought that we're going to have some bodies there because they want desperately some bodies to prove that they are hoaxes. They want to take them, analyze them privately, and say that they are hoaxes and probably destroy them. We are not going to allow that. Instead, we took some of the best scientists that there are in the US, like Dr. John McDowell, who is a very high man in the forensic science. He received the Grand Work Award just a month ago, which can be considered probably the Nobel in the forensic science. It means that he's an exceptional scientist. And there were two, Jim Caruso from the Institute of Forensic Science in Denver, and also William Rodriguez, who is the head of the anthropology department of the state of Maryland. The three of them are really high scientists, very reputed, very well known, and they were there and they investigated the body and they want to continue the investigation. They are very excited. They think it's worthwhile. They have not conclusions right now because they were there for 2 days, but they found out that the body seems to be real. They seem not to have any anomaly. I mean, anything was caught, added. These are not assembled bodies. These are real bodies, and that's it. I mean, it's what I've been saying all the time. But now the media, since the Minister of Culture said that they were hoaxes, they don't want to put attention to this case. And that's very unfortunate, Cristina. And that's where we are right now.
It really is. Now, for these new scientists that are taking a look at this, how long have you been in contact with them? And overall, what caught their interest for them to say, now I'm ready to look at these bodies?
Well, they follow the news, it seems, for a long time. They contacted me around 2 or 3 months ago. We started talking. I sent them what we had, some tomography, some x-rays, some of the analysis, the DNA. We sent them everything. And they said, okay, this seems to be interesting. They agreed to go and take, John McDowell agreed to take two of the very good scientists, Jim Caruso and William Rodriguez, and the three of them went to ICA, to the university, and then they came to Lima in a laboratory with tomographies and everything else. They were able to do this analysis, and that's it. I mean, we're really extremely happy, extremely happy. They are willing to continue this. They are willing to go back to Peru and talk to the authorities there because they think this is worthwhile. They are not saying anything, but they are saying that these bodies are, I mean, worth to be investigated. And let me tell you something, Cristina. The new creature that we presented, her name is Montserrat, and she's pregnant, and she has a little baby inside. And this baby, we found that it's a tridactyl too. If this baby is a tridactyl and we can prove that, we have to consider this finding the real deal, the real thing, because there is no way you can put a fetus inside a desiccated body, with a tridactyl hand. I think that's why we call this the definitive proof, and I think we have it.
So, was that what was mentioned during the conference April 4th? And what other information did you guys
Yeah.
present that differed from the previous two hearings?
No, well, we presented three bodies. We presented a young kid, probably 4 to 6 years old. It's a tridactyl body. We found that the how you say the fingerprints were completely horizontal. We found the teeth. We found so many little details that prove that it's very similar to but different from human beings. We found another one that is probably a teenager. We call it Sebastian, and he has something very interesting. The eyes were closed with something we think is some kind of nylon or something. The eyes were closed with that, and there is no way they could have something like this 1,000 years ago. I think there are so many little details that can prove that all the bodies are absolutely real. All of them are from the same kind, the same species. We call them humanoids. We call them tridactyl creatures, humanoids. And that's the title that they are going to have now on. And that's, again, where we are right now, and just waiting to hear from the government of Peru. They have until, I believe, the end of this month to resolve this dispute. I'm willing to negotiate with them because what I really want is I want all of these things. I want to recover all the bodies and parts. Probably are more than 100 bodies and parts. Bodies and parts. Second, I want to investigate them. To do that, we need to take them out of Peru and take them to American universities, European universities, or the universities that are capable to follow this investigation completely. Third, I want to preserve the bodies. We need to invest to create the right environment to preserve the bodies, which is going to be expensive. And at the end, I want to exhibit the bodies by building a museum. I'm not going to take a single penny, probably just my expenses from Peru, and all the rest of the money is going to stay there to fulfill all this mission, all this plan that I have developed. Because I think these bodies should be in Nazca for the well-being of the people of Nazca and Palpa, because millions of people, tourists from all around the world, will go to see them. But again, as I told you the first time, and I tell you again, the bodies are real. The finding is real. We have not assembled anything. We have not done anything wrong. We have not made a hoax. At the end, I think we are going to be, we will be successful in this mission to present a different kind of being, probably a humanoid in Earth. I mean, we don't know if these are from somewhere else or if they are new species from Earth. We need to find that out.
And when it comes to the Ministry of Culture, during the conference that you had, the hearing that you had, they almost hijacked it. They took the microphone and they just started talking. And what's really odd is that you had mentioned in one of your latest episodes on Maussan TV saying that you had asked the Ministry of Culture to look at the bodies. And again, they would say no, they didn't want to do it. So is this, in your opinion, kind of suspicious or a cover up or just like dealing with legal issues here when it comes to these
Of course,
Nazca bodies?
issues, of course. I mean, why do they want now the bodies? Why? They didn't care. I went to see them two times. The last time was in October last year. I asked them to talk to me and have an agreement and do something with this finding. But no, they were not willing. They were very comfortable saying that they were hoaxes, and that's it. We're going to prove that they lie, and it's very, very bad because they are a scientific institution in the government of Peru. What are they going to say now? I think authorities in Peru are asking the Minister of Culture to explain what's the investigation they did this, because this crazy man is making a lawsuit against us, and we have to prove that he is wrong, and there is no way they can prove that we are wrong. There is no way. And that's what is going to happen. That's why I think they're going to have to conciliate, and I'm willing to do that, because this is not about the money. It's about the case. It's about the bodies. It's about the possibility that we were visited 1,000 years ago. It's a possibility. There is no scientist who is saying that. Just me. Why? Because of all the plates that are in some of the bodies with very rare metals. Where they come from? Where they come from? Who did that? Who put this metal inside? And second, if we can prove again that the DNA from Maria is from different sources, the bonobo the bonobo, the simian, how you say, gorillas or whatever, the chimpanzees, the humans, and unknown, 4 different genes, we can prove that it means that somebody else did that. Because we found some very interesting things. For example, we found that the fingerprints of Santiago, who is the youngest, were completely fine. But in all the others, we found that they were burned. Like if they didn't use any kind of shoes or anything, they walk in the desert and they burn themselves through the years or through the days or whatever. But they were burned. It means that they live like the people there, which is very difficult to understand. If they are ETs, why do they live the same way the people that was there? Probably they were created to do that. I don't know, because there are 7 different species that we found. 7. And all of them tridactyls. It's the only common thing they have. Some of them have something in the head. Some of them are so big. Some of them are humanoids. Some of them are like the ones that we presented in the Congress in Mexico. Very different kind of beings. But why all of them are tridactyls? That's the thing.
And with these 7 different bodies, are they all around the same age, created during the same time frame,
As I told,
or are we looking at different times?
well, different things. For example, in the case of the humanoids, we have a 4-year-old, probably a 12, 14-year-old. We have a young woman, probably 20 years old. We have Maria, which is 4 years old, and we have now a fetus. It means we have the whole structure of the development from the fetus to the child, to the teenager, to the young adult, to the old adult. We have it all.
And where are the bodies now?
They are in a good place.
So it's a secret. We don't know where they are.
No, 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 no. Nobody knows, and I don't even know where they are. But they are under security. Of course, we are not going to expose something that could be the most important finding for humanity for some people who just want to destroy them. And they will say, oh, we were investigating them and we have to do this, and they destroy them because they want to prove that they are hoaxes. And that's the way they are going to do it. But again, how can you prove they are not? Well, the American scientists were there. They can talk, they can say, they're very happy. They gave us some declarations, and I think that's very, very nice and very good.
Is there a place where people can go to read up on the scientific reports of the scientists who have been doing this new research?
I think you can get in touch with Josh McDowell at McDowell firm, like a legal firm, McDowellfirm.com. Okay, you can get in touch with him there, and probably they will. They are going to. They brought all the images. They have a CD disc from the laboratory. They are going to investigate all of them, and they're going to have more information for you. But right now, what they can say is that the bodies are very interesting. That's what they will say. They are very interesting. If they say they are interesting, it means they are real. They wouldn't say they are interesting if these were dummies.
And they were able to put their hands on them and do tests more so than just read reports. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay, that's good to know.
They were there.
So then in that case, what is next for you in this ongoing push for disclosure, not only the bodies, but UFO sightings in Mexico as well?
Well, we are waiting for the law to be applied. Mexico is going to recognize the UAPs, and Mexico is going to create a law to allow anybody to speak freely about whatever they see in the sky. It means that Mexico is going to go forward with this. This is going to happen very, very soon. And also, I think in that sense, and I hope with this investigation, I will be in touch with the government in Peru in the next 2 weeks, I think. And if they say I should go there to negotiate, I will. We will continue the investigation. And the scientists in America are willing to do it and willing to talk to the authorities. We will take the bodies from there to America and they will investigate it freely. That's all I want. If I was not sure, do you think I would do this? Come on, I'm not crazy. I wouldn't take 2 bodies to the Congress of Mexico if I was not 100% sure that they were real. I mean, it's so stupid what everybody says. What do they think that I am? I am a journalist for the last 50 years. I was the head of 60 Minutes in Mexico. I've been in the television for the last 50 years here. Everybody knows me. Do you think I would do something so stupid like that? I mean, I am very disappointed. Not with the Ministry of Culture, not with the government of Peru, with the media, with my friends, my colleagues. Why? Because they don't investigate. Whatever the Ministry of Culture says, that is true. They didn't ask for the carbon-14. They didn't ask for the DNA. They didn't ask to say where they found these bodies. They didn't ask for the truly investigation. All they say, we did it, we know they are hoaxes, period. Is that to be a journalist? It's like if they want to believe they are hoaxes, whatever it takes. I mean, they don't want this to be real. Why? I don't know. But right now, Tim Burchett is saying that the Pentagon called him to tell him to stop talking about UFOs. You see what I mean?
Tim Burchett told you
that? Excuse me? Tim Burchett.
Tim Burchett told you that? Is that what you said?
No, he didn't tell me that. He declared that. We are going to present this in my newscast today in Mexico. I have a newscast. I have a daily newscast. Am I going to risk everything here? No, I have to do it because I believe in the truth. And the truth is more important than even my career. The truth. But the truth is the truth, not whatever anybody wants to say. That's not the truth. But at the end, as usual, we're going to win because we never lie. We never lie. This is very important. I am a very clean person for the last 71 years of my life. Okay, there is not a single issue that I have been involved which is not real. I mean, we can have different opinions about different cases, but that is all. That is all.
What other countries are coming to your attention with UFOs and similar alien bodies aside from Peru,
Well, there
if
is
any?
no. I mean, sightings. I receive sightings from all around the world, especially Latin America, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Peru, all of those countries, especially in the last 2 years, they had. Right now, they've been diminishing a little bit, but in Mexico they are increasing. Every pilot in Mexico talks now about sightings. That's other
That's insane.
countries they received or they had so many sightings in the last 2 years, and we have the evidence, we have the proof, the videos, the testimonies, and everything else. But the thing now is to continue with this investigation, which is the most important one, and to build this museum. I have the offer of some of the most important architects of Mexico to build this museum. Okay, and I think it's going to happen. I really do. I really think that the government of Peru is going to, because it's for their own good. Can you imagine how much Peru is going to receive if they have a museum presenting all these bodies? Why they don't want to investigate this? Why the archaeologists and anthropologists don't want to do this? Because they have now become a mafia. You know, a mafia. It means that if they don't find something, they don't want it, and especially if they look very different or even worse, they don't want it. From the very beginning, they say no, and they have continued to say no until now without doing any kind of investigation. But I think, as I said, now with the help of the American scientists, this is going to change.
Jaime, thank you so much for your time and giving us an update on this. We really appreciate it.
Okay, Cristina, good luck, my friend.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
If you enjoy the strange and the mysterious, UFOs, the paranormal, and cryptids, this channel is for you. So make sure to subscribe as I do 3 videos right here every single week, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss any of the bonus content I post right here.